All right, listen up, y'all.
Greetings, everybody. This is your host, Mr. Abdullah, with another episode of All Things Education Official, the show and broadcast that gives you education from a black male educator's perspective. You know, I got a request, and I thought it was pretty interesting. And someone said, hey, what do you guys actually do during staff development or professional development? So I thought it would be fun to just share with you what you think we do versus what we actually do. A little conversation, because you know sometimes we have 6-7 hours where your child is at home and they're sitting there and they're playing the game and you're worried about who's going to babysit, who's going to take care of them. But while we're at work, we're actually supposed to be learning new strategies and new skills that are going to help improve the educational process of your child. So let's go through it. I'm actually going to go through a staff agenda of a professional development that I just had to go through on September 5th, starting at 8:45 a.m. Once again, that was September 5th, 8:45 a.m. So we're going to go through it quickly. Of course, they got to give us our staff meeting norms. That means pretty much how the hell you're going to act while you're there, telling us to be prompt, sign in using the Google form link, silence our cell phones, and refrain from working on the computer while we're in the meeting. You know why they tell us that? Because we get so bored out of our minds. We go surfing the web. People have headphones on, they're watching Netflix, because a lot of the stuff is extremely redundant. They tell us to respect the speakers, and they gave us a code for our Google classrooms. All right, they gave us our welcome backs, and they gave us our new staff members, because, you know, we are in a what they call an educator deficit throughout the nation. No one wants to be in education anymore. People think the juice just ain't worth the squeeze. All right, moving on. We have to do our mandatory annual icebreaker, where we have to pretend like we're getting to know people that we already know or pretty much don't care to know. All right, then we go through our vision and mission from the school. We do the core beliefs of our school district and the non-negotiables, the things that no matter what goes on, we're not going to budge. Unless a parent calls downtown, then we got to budge. But that's neither here nor there. Key areas of importance, things that are important to the administration, because 9 times out of 10, they're not that important to us. All right. Then we go into our mission, vision, and leadership. And this year it was, what's the why? What's the why? Why are you doing what you're doing? And I think that's really a good question that we need to really ask ourselves annually, just to figure out, are we in this profession for the good it'll do the children, or are we in it because of the perks it gives us? I mean, you know, summers off, weekends, all the holidays. Then we go over our mission, vision, and goals, pyramid of success, you know, one of our many, many graphs and charts. Then we have our leadership philosophy. And we have our school-wide annual school plan goals in math and ELA. You know, it makes me wonder, why is it that we even teach any other subject? Because at the end of the day, the only thing people really care about in the academic setting is English language arts and mathematics, even though all the other classes are important. Then we go into another exercise where this one is a picture is worth 1,000 words. We had to put up a picture in the Padlet and just tell what it is and what we did over the summer, as if someone actually cares. Then we go our culture and climate. That's point 6. We do the leader in me, which is our, our philosophy for our school, which is the 7 habits. It's actually good, pretty good. I got to give it credit for that. It is pretty good. Then we go over the 7 habits, the leader in me overview. We talk about how we're going to talk about it to the kids for the first 8 days. Then we go through the Teach Like a Champion strategy, Class Dojo. And if you don't know about Class Dojo, you might want to talk to your school administrator. It's a wonderful way to reward and, acknowledge students for their good behaviors and positive reinforcement. And it's free. All right. Then we got class and school leadership roles. So we talk about how we're going to put kids have agency. That's the new one this year. Agency. They need to have agency. You need to know how to speak for themselves, advocate for themselves, and make moves for themselves. And that's a good thing. So then we go over the attendance policy, because of course, with the educator deficit, you got a ton of people who are not coming. They're missing days. They're leaving early, coming late, because they just don't feel appreciated in our current climate of academics. Then we go into the next training, Then we talk about our petty cash and things like that. Moving on. Visions policy, yonder pouches. This year we have this thing called a yonder pouch, which I think is amazing. If you do it properly, they give these pouches that students have to put their phones in and they lock them up. They can only be unlocked with a magnet, and we have access to the magnet. So they lock them up in the morning, we unlock them in the evening. So it kind of works out. We got a lot of kids that kind of figure ways around it, as they always do, because these kids they're not dumb. They're extremely intelligent. I say they're hyper intelligent, especially our children. Then we go into school safety. Now, this is the thing you see primarily in urban schools. We have now ballistics glass at the school entrances, in case there's a bullet. And it's a safety measure, in case there's something that happens outside, maybe happens between students, got to take those necessary precautions. Then we were told to stop propping up exterior doors in case someone wants to run up in there and commit a crime. We need to make that a thing. Talk about our swipe cards. Then I'm just going to move down. Then talk about what's in the staff handbook. Now, this is where it gets interesting. The staff handbook rarely ever changes. But for some reason, they assume we don't know what's in it. So we got to go through the communication, telling us to check our emails and mailboxes at least twice a day, the district policies, how they keep attendance, and what you do in case you're absent and it's unforeseen. We actually have a dress code, what you can and cannot wear, which, kind of makes sense. You got to model these things for the kids. Staff section professional responsibilities, where we're supposed to post ourselves at dismissal and in the morning, home bases, student daily attendance, lunch duty schedules, bulletin board schedules, teacher observations and evaluations, departmental meetings. Then you start talking about stuff that's very specific to our district. Talk about frontline. That talks about management of your absences, professional growth workshops. Then we talk about the planning for the first day of school, the outline, the rituals and routines. We talk about the technology, how we're getting brand new computers for every student, a one-to-one school, the Google spreadsheet, how to work it, how to divvy it out, lunch period procedures, who's going to take the kids where they're going to go. I'm the lead, as you can see on this agenda. I'm the lead for the boys. And we have the girls and, how we do the cleanup and student attendance and teacher folders. Now, I would like to say, to keep a long story short, we do a lot of reminding, because ultimately, as lifelong learners, teachers in every district, teachers, principals, vice principals, coaches, whatever, they treat us like big kids, because they know that what we're doing and the way we're doing it is not inherent. It's something that we do because we're told to do it. And when you start blurring the lines or start working outside of those lines, you'll find that you get a lot of pushback from those in charge. So people such as myself who, we kind of have our head on the swivel, and we kind of are mindful that things aren't exactly as they should be. We try to slip in things for our students, slip in an extra caring, show them that what they're doing is not for naught. It means that what we're teaching them can serve a greater purpose. And I thought it was just important that you guys know that when your child is at home on the game or at grandma's house or wherever, because we had a professional development day, it's not because we're just sitting around chewing the fat. We're literally in meetings, and some of us have to go outside of the building to go to meetings for our departments. So it really is it's a long day, and it's not fun. So if you ever thought we were having fun while your child was at home and you had to stay home or had to make arrangements, we're not. Once again, go ahead, subscribe, like, and share this video. Let people know, we understand as parents that you have things that you want to know, and I'm here to help try to flesh that out for you. So subscribe, like, and share, comment. Once again, subscribe, like, and share. And remember, this is Mr. Abdullah with another episode of All Things Education Official. We're the channel that gives you all the information about education from a Black male educator's perspective. And with that, you are dismissed.
Yeah! You are all expurgated. You are dismissed.